Jey Uso's WWE future is no longer so bright. Triple H is not happy about R-Truth's WWE return. R-Truth is feuding with John Cena until Night of Champions. Stephanie Vaquer shares a health update after a grueling weekend. WWE sets up security measures amid a horrifying Roxanne Perez situation. Naomi breaks character to address quitting WWE in 2022. WWE makes a massive Jacob Fatu change following MITB. Mr. Iguana breaks silence following his WWE debut. Let's dive right in. R-Treth is feuding with John Cena until Night of Champions. Money in the Bank 2025, which aired just over a day ago, was a game changer. From a new Women's Intercontinental Champion to Naomi and Seth Rollins snagging the Money in the Bank briefcases, the night was packed with moments that'll shake up Raw and SmackDown. But the biggest jaw-dropper came at the end of the main event. Logan Paul and John Cena took on Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, only for a masked figure to tackle Cena. When the mask came off, it was Ron Killings, better known as R-Truth back in WWE. So, what's next for the former United States champion? Here are 4 paths for Killings after his wild return at Money in the Bank. Number 1. Clashing with John Cena until Night of Champions. John Cena is a legend, cementing his legacy by winning the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania, his 17th world title, breaking Ric Flair's record. Just days after his WWE release, Killings stormed back at Money in the Bank, attacking Cena after their recent clash at Saturday night's main event, where Cena came out on top. It's obvious these two have unfinished business. With Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia coming up later this month, a title match between Killings and Cena feels like a safe bet, given the heat from their latest encounter. Number 2. Teaming up with Jacob Fatu against Sikoa and Mateo. Before his contract was set to expire, Killings' last big match was against John Cena, but his final bout was a loss to JC Mateo on SmackDown. It looked like a feud with Solo Sikoa, JC Mateo, and the new bloodline was brewing. His release derailed that, but now that Killings is back, this storyline could heat up again with a twist. Jacob Fatu's shocking babyface turn at Money in the Bank, where he took out Sikoa, opens the door for an unlikely alliance. Killings and Fatu joining forces to take on Sikoa and Mateo could make for some must-watch TV. Number 3. Ditching the comedy for a serious edge. Killings has been a fan favorite for years, thanks to his goofy charm and hilarious antics, whether chasing the 24/7 title or playing the underdog. But at Money in the Bank, he wasn't laughing. Triple H and WWE might be steering him toward a darker, more serious persona, something like his old Ron Killings character from NWA TNA days. The merchandise hyping his return leaned hard on his real name, Ron Killings, hinting at a possible shift. While not a sure thing, a grittier Killings could be on the horizon. Number 4. Leading an anti-WWE rebel faction. Killings' release sent shockwaves through the WWE universe, but he wasn't alone. Carlito and Valhalla are also on their way out, joining a string of releases this year. In a bold twist, Killings could form a rebel stable with other cut stars, furious at Triple H and WWE for being let go. This group could wage war on Raw and SmackDown as payback. Potential members include Dakota Kai and Braun Strowman, whose releases baffled fans, or even Jakara Jackson, another rising star who got the boot. Names like The Miz or Karrion Kross, whose futures seem shaky, could also join Killings' fight against the company. Triple H is not happy about R-Truth's WWE return. Ron Killings, formerly R-Truth, stunned the WWE Universe with his return at Money in the Bank 2025, just days after announcing his departure from the company. The move sparked heated debate about what led to his comeback, with wrestling veteran Hugo Savinovich now claiming Triple H never wanted Killings back. It was also revealed that Killings will now use his real name and might shift to a more serious character. At the Money in the Bank post-show press conference, Triple H dodged questions about Killings' return, fueling backstage rumors. Speaking with Lucha Libre Online, Savinovich dropped a bombshell, saying Triple H was behind Killings' firing and isn't thrilled about his return. Triple H is not happy about Truth coming back. Why? Because he fired him. But Nick Khan overruled him. Triple H isn't happy. What annoys me most is that in the press conference, when USA Today asked him directly about Truth, he replied, "Did you like the show? Then that was part of the work. Come on, even a child knows better. Nobody's buying that this was scripted. He insulted their intelligence. Reports also revealed Killings ignored WWE's attempts to reach him until President Nick Khan personally stepped in. This, paired with Triple H's vague press conference response, stirred up plenty of fan speculation. Savanovich praised Khan for taking charge and smoothing things over to bring the fan-favorite star back. He also hinted at tension between Triple H and Khan, suggesting Killings' return could make things even messier. I've seen it. I've been talent and part of creative. Sometimes we make mistakes, but real leaders admit it. That's what fans respect. Someone owning up to mistakes. Triple H didn't do that. Instead, he made the locker room angrier. A true leader makes decisions that benefit everyone, not just himself. So Nick had to step in and act like a real leader. Will this tension between Triple H and Nick escalate? We'll see, but Nick is higher up. On a recent Wrestling Observer Radio, veteran journalist Dave Meltzer explained why WWE rushed Killings back. The fan outcry was so massive that the company scrapped their original plans to give him a huge moment. He's back because of the fans, that's the deal. He's back because of the fans. They saw the outcry. They basically tore apart what they were going to do tonight when they brought him back and wanted to have the big moment, Meltzer said. On the Brand podcast, inside sources criticized Triple H's leadership, comparing it to Vince McMahon's era. They recalled how McMahon demanded top-notch work from everyone, while Triple H seems lost, struggling to guide the company. Vince McMahon is not there anymore. You don't have a captain of the ship. You don't have anybody there keeping people in line and watching over people and demanding excellence from people. And I'm just watching a show that, to me, consists of people that don't know what they're doing. At the top of that list being Triple H. I don't think this guy knows what he's doing, inside sources said. WWE is gearing up for a packed schedule with Night of Champions, Saturday night's main event, Great American Bash, and Evolution 2025 next month, followed by SummerSlam in August. Stephanie Vaquer shares a health update after a grueling weekend. Stephanie Vaquer reached out to the WWE Universe with a health update after a whirlwind week. The former NXT Women's Champion wrestled at Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank, plus SmackDown last Friday. At Worlds Collide in Los Angeles, Vaquer teamed with NXT's Lola Vice to beat Chick Tormenta in Dallas. Then, at Money in the Bank, she faced Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Julia, Rhea Ripley, and Roxanne Perez in the women's ladder match, where Naomi won the briefcase for a future title shot. Today, the Raw star took to social media to share how she's holding up after the intense weekend, saying she's still pumped, but feeling the toll of the ladder match. SmackDown, Worlds Collide, Money in the Bank, incredible victories and unforgettable experiences, 3 matches in 24 hours, and I'm still bursting with energy. Although my body is definitely still feeling those ladders, she wrote. Vaquer also gave a shout out to WWE fans for their support and promised to see them on the next Raw. The love and support you give me is truly priceless. I loved spending time with all of you today. See you tomorrow on Raw, she added. Last month, Vaquer was announced as the newest addition to the Raw roster. Inside sources speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw expressed confusion about the excitement around her. They compared the 32-year-old to Dakota Kai and Alba Fire, questioning her appeal to casual fans. Bro, can you help me with this? Honestly, because I am not seeing this. What is the allure of Stephanie Vaquer? Or what is the allure with her? I'm missing it, inside sources said. There isn't a casual fan on this planet that knows Booker T put this move over on NXT. She just, to me, looks like another girl on the roster. She looks like Dakota Kai, she looks like Alba Fire, or whatever her name is. I am missing the appeal, bro. I do not get it. It remains to be seen what WWE has in store for Stephanie Vaquer on Raw after coming up short in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. WWE sets up security measures amid a horrifying Roxanne Perez situation. WWE has stepped up safety measures for Roxanne Perez following unsettling threats she received on social media earlier this week. A new report from Fightful Select reveals the company provided extra security for the 23-year-old Raw star at her meet and greet in California today. WWE is taking the threats seriously, prioritizing Perez's safety at the event. Last night, Perez competed in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match against Naomi, Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, Rhea Ripley, and Alexa Bliss. Naomi came out on top, earning a title shot she can cash in anytime within the next year. Recently, Finn Balor brought Perez into the Judgment Day's orbit on Raw. The former NXT Women's Champion seemed to hit it off with Dominic Mysterio, even gifting the Intercontinental Champion a box of chicken tenders. WrestleVotes discussed WWE's plans for Perez and the Judgment Day on Sportskeeda WrestleBinge's Q&A. With Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio currently in a storyline romance within the group, and Dominic pinning Balor at WrestleMania 41 for the Intercontinental title, plus accidentally costing Balor a Money in the Bank qualifier last month, tensions are brewing. Carlito, once part of the faction, was let go after WWE declined to renew his contract. WrestleVotes suggested WWE is experimenting with Perez's role in the Judgment Day to test fan reactions, hinting at a potential clash with Morgan. I think it's more testing the waters, see the reaction. She looks the part already and fits that group. I would love to see her and Liv fight for an official spot inside the Judgment Day, he said. It'll be intriguing to see where WWE takes Roxanne Perez's storyline on Raw after her loss in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Naomi breaks character to address quitting WWE in 2022. Naomi made history by winning the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match this weekend. In the aftermath, she spoke candidly about her decision to leave WWE in 2022. Back then, Naomi and her tag team partner, Sasha Banks, were the women's tag team champions. Frustrated with creative differences under Vince McMahon's leadership, they handed over their titles and walked out of the Stamford-based company. After leaving, Naomi thrived in TNA wrestling before making her WWE comeback at the 2024 Royal Rumble. Since returning, she's been on a tear, culminating in her Money in the Bank victory. At the post-show panel, Naomi dropped her on-screen persona to reflect on her 2022 exit, explaining how it was a necessary step to reinvent herself and climb back to the top. Later, she slipped back into character, delivering a bold warning to the roster. After experiencing my little situation, my walkout and coming to TNA, I came back with a different mindset and different attitude, she said. I think it is the one that I needed all along. The glow in the beginning of my career got me this far, but I felt with this new revelation and evolution of women in this top-tier talent, I had to become something else to get back to the top. That is what I'm on the journey of doing and becoming now. Everybody who don't believe in me, like it, or got something to say better, proceed with caution. Becky Lynch, who also had a big night at Money in the Bank, defeating Lyra Valkyria to become the Women's Intercontinental Champion, didn't hold back about Naomi's past. On the same panel, Lynch referenced the 2022 walkout, making it clear she hasn't forgotten and issuing a challenge to Naomi. I'm not afraid of nothing, Lynch said. Oh, everyone wants to see Naomi get an opportunity now? Naomi walked out on me. She thinks she's going to come for me. She's got another thing coming. WWE makes a massive Jacob Fatu change following MITB. Jacob Fatu left his mark at Money in the Bank, stopping Solo Sikoa from grabbing the briefcase. After that explosive moment, WWE has reportedly flipped the script on Fatu's character. Before the event, the United States champion overheard Sikoa trash-talking him to JC Mateo, even calling him all gas, no brains. Just as Sikoa was about to win the Money in the Bank match, the Samoan werewolf snapped, shouting, "I hate you," and turning on his real-life cousin, kicking off their feud. When a fan asked Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer about Fatu's status, he confirmed that Fatu is now a fan-favorite face, while Sikoa and JC Mateo will play the villains. The bad blood between Fatu and Sikoa started brewing in January when Sikoa lost the Ulafala to Roman Reigns. Since then, Fatu has forged his own path, capturing the United States Championship at WrestleMania 41. With the Tongans sidelined by injury, Sikoa brought in JC Mateo, who clashes with Fatu. It'll be must-see TV to watch how the Samoan werewolf takes on the bloodline duo moving forward. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa will also face a tough call when they return. Sikoa, once a quiet enforcer, has become a laugh-out-loud heel, with his taunts stealing the show during the Money in the Bank ladder match. Caught off guard by Fatu's betrayal, Sikoa still kept his comedic edge, but later posted an Instagram story with a photo of himself and Fatu, marking Fatu's face with a bold red X. It's going to be wild to see how Sikoa handles this on SmackDown this Friday. Mr. Iguana breaks silence following his WWE debut. AAA's Mr. Iguana became the talk of the town at Worlds Collide in Los Angeles on Saturday. The luchador opened up on social media after his electrifying WWE in-ring debut and a viral moment at Money in the Bank. At Worlds Collide, Mr. Iguana joined forces with Aerostar and Octagon Jr. to take down Lince Dorado and Latino World Order's Dragon Lee and Cruz del Toro. Cachorra and his pet iguana, La Yesca, won over the crowd at the Kia Forum and kept the energy high at the Intuit Dome during Money in the Bank. The 36-year-old's viral fame could open big doors for him in WWE. He took to X to share his excitement and hint at what's coming next, while thanking fans for their love. Grateful and happy. Thanks for the love and support. Agradecido y feliz. Gracias por todo el cariño y el apoyo. I'll see you all soon, Óngase Verde, Iguana tweeted. Fightful Select reports that Mr. Iguana's viral buzz led to his ringside appearance at Money in the Bank, where fans swarmed him for selfies near the commentary desk. Backstage, he was a hit, with WWE stars snapping photos with him and top officials praising his enthusiasm for promotional work. The company is eager to book him for more appearances and is exploring ways to market him in the US, with plans for merchandise like masks, shirts, and La Yesca-themed items. Whether he lands on the main roster or NXT, his comedy wrestling style, much like Ron Killings and Carlitos, has a clear place in WWE, setting him up for success. It'll be exciting to see where this luchador goes next. Jey Uso's WWE future is no longer so bright. Wrestling expert Bill Apter recently voiced concerns about WWE's handling of Jey Uso, the current World Heavyweight Champion on Raw. Uso has been a relentless champion since defeating Gunther at WrestleMania, but he's set to face the Ring General again in a much-hyped rematch this Monday on Raw. On the Wrestling Time Machine with host Mac Davis, Apter pointed out that Uso has been taking a beating lately, constantly targeted by Seth Rollins and his allies, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Apter wondered if WWE is hinting that Gunther could take the title back, casting Uso as a vulnerable underdog. Have you noticed that world champion Jey Uso is getting the tar beaten out of him? He's getting attacked regularly. Do you think Gunther is going to beat Jey Uso for the title? I think there's so much going on with Jey Uso, being attacked so much. They're acting like he's an underdog right now, and I just wonder if they're going to put that belt back on Gunther. Uso endured another brutal attack at Money in the Bank, where he teamed with Cody Rhodes against Logan Paul and John Cena. It'll be worth watching to see if Uso can show up at full strength for his title defense this Monday on Raw.